Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I am your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby! Hello and welcome back to Great Talk and Entertainment as I continue on for the new series on Disney Plus, Men97. This is episode 8, spoiler review. So if you have not seen this show, pause this, give me a thumbs up because that would help my YouTube channel grow. Watch all the Men97 series up to this current spoiler review and the next one, of course. And then watch this because, again, this is all spoiler. I don't want to ruin this show for you. This is just for the people who have seen this show. So, y'all been warned. Let's get into it. The episode starts off with Cyclops and Jeans having a conversation on Cable/Nathan, a.k.a. their son, and just how they approach their son and Madeline's, a.k.a. his kid. Nathan explains to the X-Men that Sebastian caused this future because of the fact that in the future, some way, somehow, a different descents of the Super Centiles came back in the past, found Sebastian's dad, who was a janitor at a high school, I believe, and lived in this man's body, and of course, love, and Sebastian's mom met Sebastian's dad, and then they hooked up and had Sebastian, of course. And throughout the past, they've been secretly planning this big destroy mutants. And so this thing was been planned, and this is why Nathan/Cable has been going back to the past to do this. And we see that somebody's been recording Charles Xavier, and that is Sebastian, because he put it out there and revealed that Charles Xavier is alive and he's been on a different planet. And the whole world's upset. And the mutants are being portrayed as liars, and it's all on them. And we see Jubilee get set up at Roberto's mom, and she's kind of like, well, you need to tell your mom that you're a mutant. But Roberto's mom just wants to keep it a secret because, just for her protection and obviously her son. But it doesn't look like that. And then we see Mr. Sinister revealing that he's using Sebastian, but really Sebastian's using Mr. Sinister. And so this has a lot of like main villains showing up. But they have the same goal, the same mindset. They want the mutants. They want the X-Men destroyed. And so it's kind of like a win-win to both of them. And so I don't think it's really interesting. They don't care if they don't believe one another is using them or not. They just know that they're going to be successful, just like true Marvel villains are in this series. And what's really interesting is that that Mr. Sinister, who is like, back in the days in this cartoon series, he was one of the big bad villains, but this one, I feel like Sebastian kind of somewhat outsmarts him. But I still believe Mr. Sinister could still get Sebastian and outsmart him with a more diabolic plan. And obviously the X-Men figures out what's going on, and they see the clues, and they go to Sebastian's old place, and they learn about how this DNA, and they learn that even Sebastian got his mom without her knowing, or maybe not unknowing, but I think his mom knew that she was going to turn into a Super Centile, but she went along, and it was very interesting. I thought maybe this was okay, this is a setup. This ain't the real mother of Sebastian. Maybe this was just a made up. But it's kind of like, it was kind of heartbreaking because uh, with this, I at first I thought this is just a villain story, but this is just a man who could talk to machines in a way, and he believes he's the hero to people who are not mutants, and to really watch his mom do what he she did, it was like a sad, like she knew her time was up, but she was so proud of her son, and we see this through the memories because Jean, she can look through the past of it, and I just thought that was amazing, and it was very interesting, and even you can see Cable didn't understand it, but he started to see it, and obviously he Sebastian believes the human extinction is going to happen because in this future, you know, the mutants get like the jobs. They can rebuild the building without actually lifting a finger, physically doing labor. And they feel like mutants are gonna outlive non mutant humans. And that was the thing. So from what this episode is kind of giving me the vibes is everybody in their own way thinks they're the heroes and they're doing the right thing to protect this world. And I like these type of stories. I like these. This is why I like Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame with Thanos. Is Thanos thought he was a hero. He thought what he was doing was for the greater cause of the whole world, of the galaxy, and every other planet existing. And Sebastian feels like that for Earth. Now, he's working with some big bad villains like Doctor Doom, Mr. Sinister, Zemo from Captain America Civil War. And they're ready to turn up the super centiles and have this plan work. We see like a whole bunch of other cameos too, and other villains that they didn't speak, but you have you wondering, like, are they working with him too, and are they even knowing what Sebastian's true intentions are? Because some of these guys are mutants. For example, Omega Red, who's just in a capsule or a tube, but it's like, does he work for Sebastian, Mr. Sinister? Is he part of this plan? Because he's somewhat of a mutant. So, like, does he want mutant extinction to happen? Or is he on Magneto's side? Who knows? But that's a guy that would love to take down the X-Men, and especially Wolverine. So there's a lot going on. It was very exciting to see that. And, of course, the action starts picking up when most of the X-Men battle at their mansion and is being attacked. My favorite battle was Wolverine fighting with Nightwing, and seeing Nightwing with like with some swords and stuff because they're trying to protect Rogue, who's knocked out. I don't know if she's in a coma. And I also enjoy the Summers, Cyclops, Jean, and Nathan, aka Cable, just having a family feud or a family trip, but it's obviously, just it's a bad. And it was nuts, but it was kind of cool seeing that, seeing Cable say, "Stop bossing me around." Like, Jean's trying to act like a mom to him, and it was just kind of funny. Now, we know Magneto was captured, right? But Dr. Cooper released Magneto. But Sebastian figured it out, and he wasn't really surprised. But it was really interesting that Dr. Cooper explains why Magneto was right. And that scene, because in that scene, Magneto obviously shuts down the Earth. Like, I think he just destroys, like, stops the way the planet Earth spins, its rotation or whatever. But she was like giving this big speech, and at first I thought, this is Mystique. She's gonna turn blue. No, it was just Dr. Cooper being Dr. Cooper. But man, she was like, man, this whole Genosha thing made me realize Magneto's right. So I believe that she could be a mutant this whole time and nobody realizes it. But maybe Sebastian is, because he wasn't really surprised, because he told Mr. Sinister, well, it's too late. We're already here. And obviously they destroyed the X Mansion like nothing. And, you know, right before, well, after Magneto pretty much declared war, Xavier Woods, Charles Xavier, I should say, sorry, crashed into the X Mansion, and he's ready to save the day. But man, it was nuts. Like seeing that, and then we saw the cameos from Spider Man, Silver Samurai, and Omega Red. Like Spider Man was the big deal. Like he, in this universe, the Avengers, Spider Man, they are well aware of what's going on with the mutants and the X-Men. Now the question is, do these guys show up and help? And how can they? Now, I don't know if it's Spider-Man from what I grew up from, but I read reports that it is, and I don't know if it's true or not, but if it's the Spider-Man that I grew up watching back in the 90s or 2000s, then he wouldn't have, I don't know, he's in New York, so I don't know if he could be able to get there, but I want to say that I think politically, behind the scenes, Spider-Man's kind of off limits with the cartoon. I know he showed them, but I don't know if they can use them. So that's a big if, but from it gets me excited and has hope to see Spider-Man and the X-Men team up and take on Magneto or Sebastian or both, whatever. But I thought that'd be cool. Now, let's get into some topics. Sebastian, I thought, I think I hope they don't kill him off, because I know this is a 3-part finale to this season. But I don't think he should die. I think he can be defeated, but I don't think they should just end that character. I think there's more to his story, and I would like to see him do some more evil stuff and watch the X-Men take him down, but that's just me, because I want to see more of this character. I want to see this character grow. I want to know more about it. And yeah, I probably should just read comic books about him, but from just sitting down and just watching it, that's what I kind of want more of. So I'm hoping that they don't just murder him off this show. Charles Xavier and Magneto. Now this is the time where I think, Charles Xavier takes back his school and Magneto goes back to his old ways, and it's going to be that classic feud between those two. Xavier is about peace. Magneto is about war and destruction and forcing people. And that's what it's going to be. Because honestly, this episode was very intense watching. Like, I was like, man, like, it seems like there's no hope for the mutants or the X-Men too. Like, it's nuts. Like, they're teasing a lot going on here, but I do like that. Let's talk about the cameos. I like I mentioned, I don't know what they're going to do with Spider-Man, but it's nice that Spider-Man showed up in this capacity. Silver Samurai, that's a character that I'm not surprised they showed him, but it's just been such a long time. But that's a character, honestly, I want to see more in the live action of the MCU. And I want to see more of it. Like, I would just love to see them do comic book accurate to his suit. Just a silver samurai suit, and he just does what he does. I think that'd be cool. And Omega Red, I think that's a character that definitely needs to see in the live action of the MCU. And I think we're on the road to that personally, but for this series, I hope they can do another season 2 of X-Men 97. and I hope they focus more on Omega Red. I think that's one of my favorite X-Men slash mutant slash villain characters. I always enjoyed watching him take on Wolverine. I think, and he can get Wolverine anytime. And Saber, he knocked down Sabretooth before, so there's a lot of that. I would love to see Omega Red in more of these episodes for sure. So there's a lot. So my theory is this: I think we're gonna get two different type of stories at the same time, and I believe that Sebastian's gonna be the winner. After all the seasons are, I believe Sebastian's gonna be the one coming on top. And pretty soon, I'm pretty sure that Apocalypse is actually the mastermind behind all this. And that's what I think. I think Apocalypse is the main person who's behind all this. And I think we'll find out by the last episode for this season of X-Men 97. So that's what I think. I think Sebastian thinks he's doing this all on his own. I want to believe that he thinks that he's doing right, but I want to believe in theory that Apocalypse is pulling all the strings on him and Sebastian doesn't realize it. So that's what I think. So other than that, if I had to give this a 1 out of 10, I'm giving this a 10. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of action, and I feel like there's gonna be some breakups. I feel like there's gonna be some people are gonna start choosing some sides that you wouldn't expect, and that's gonna be X-Men characters that you wouldn't imagine, but they have their reasons, and there's only like a few that you can imagine, turning against Charles Xavier. So that's what I think. So definitely love this. But thank you guys so much for listening to my review. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always get updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace out.